Have you ever wondered, how did Bill Gates get so rich? It all started from the beginning when Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington. His father, William Gates Sr., was a prominent attorney, and his mother, Mary Maxwell Gates, was active in business and charitable work. Gates grew up in a close-knit family that valued learning, hard work, and service to others. He was a curious and energetic child, often reading encyclopedias for fun and showing an early fascination with how things worked. At the age of 13, Gates began attending Lakeside School, a private preparatory school that would change his life. In 1968, the school's Mothers Club used its funds to purchase a computer terminal. At a time when computers were rare and expensive, this was a remarkable opportunity. Gates quickly became captivated by the machine. He spent countless hours experimenting with programs, teaching himself how to code in the basic programming language. Gates met another student, Paul Allen, who shared his passion for technology. The two formed a close friendship, working on projects together and dreaming about the future of computers. They became so engrossed in programming that they sometimes skipped class to spend more time at the terminal. Before long, they were writing simple games and utility programs, sharpening their skills far beyond the average high school student. Their first taste of business came when they created a program to analyze traffic data. The project earned them $20,000, an impressive sum for two teenagers. It proved to them that their skills had real value and could be the foundation for a career. In 1973, Gates enrolled at Harvard University. His parents hoped he would follow in his father's footsteps and pursue law, but his mind remained on computers. In December 1974, Gates and Allen read an article about the Altair 8800, one of the first personal computers available to the public. They saw a huge opportunity. Without owning the machine themselves, they contacted the company, MITS, and offered to create a version of BASIC for the Altair. After weeks of intense coding, they delivered a working program. MITS was impressed and agreed to distribute it. This success sparked a bold decision. Gates dropped out of Harvard in 1975 and, with Allen, moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to officially start their software company. They called it Microsoft, short for Microcomputer Software. Their vision was clear: to make software that would bring computers into everyday life. In the late 1970s, Microsoft focused on developing programming languages for a growing number of computer manufacturers. But their defining moment came in 1980, when IBM approached them to supply an operating system for its first personal computer. Microsoft didn't have one ready, so Gates struck a deal to acquire the rights to an existing system called QDOS. They adapted it into MS-DOS and licensed it to IBM. But crucially, they retained the rights to sell it to other companies. This single decision would prove to be one of the most important in business history. As the personal computer market exploded in the 1980s, MS-DOS became the industry standard. Microsoft's revenues soared, and the company expanded rapidly. In 1985, they introduced Microsoft Windows, a graphical interface that made computers easier for everyday people to use. By the early 1990s, Windows had become the dominant operating system in the world, used in homes, schools, and offices everywhere. Gates became known not just as a brilliant programmer, but as a shrewd and relentless businessman. He was deeply involved in Microsoft's operations, reviewing lines of code and making key strategic decisions. Under his leadership, Microsoft crushed competitors, secured huge market share, and shaped the way people interacted with technology. In 1987, At just 31 years old, Bill Gates became the youngest self-made billionaire in history. By 1995, his fortune had grown so large that he became the richest person in the world, a title he would hold for many years. But Gates's story is not only about wealth and business success. In 1994, he married Melinda French, a Microsoft employee he had met years earlier. Together, they began thinking about how to use their resources to address global challenges. In 2000, they established the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, with a mission to improve healthcare, reduce extreme poverty, and expand educational opportunities. The foundation's work has been vast in scale and ambition. It has funded the fight against diseases like malaria, HIV, and polio, contributed to improving sanitation in developing countries, and supported educational reform and scholarships in the United States. Over the years, the foundation has donated tens of billions of dollars to causes around the world, making it one of the most influential philanthropic organizations in history. In the same year, 2000, Gates stepped down as Microsoft's CEO to focus more on the foundation's work, although he remained involved in the company as chairman and chief software architect. In 2008, he left his day-to-day role at Microsoft to devote his time fully to philanthropy. Even outside Microsoft, Gates continued to be a prominent voice on global issues, from public health to climate change. He authored books, spoke at international forums, and invested in clean energy innovations.